general business. 8A, consideration of accepting the proposed mediated agreement as reached through the mediation process on March 4th, 2014, and as recommended by the city representative at that session. The recommendation is to reinstate Kirk Courier to move him into Public Works Worker 1 full-time position. See attached staff report and supporting documentation.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bunke, second by Mr. Colvinson. Any questions, comments, or otherwise?
I think it was a good settlement, win for the citizens of Rushford. And for getting it done to help out everybody.
All right. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Kurt.
Thank
Start
you.
tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you to the council and to the mayor for giving me this opportunity.
You bet. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Jerry. See you around. Move on to 8B. Consideration of receiving recommendation from Board of Zoning Appeals from a hearing held earlier the same date to consider the request of the Presbyterian Church to construct a 10-foot by 15-foot addition to enclose the entry, replace the existing entry stairs, and include a lift to access both levels of the building. A 20-foot south side yard variance is requested for the property located at 110 South Mill Street. On both the Mill Street and Park Street sides, a boulevard and sidewalk on the right-of-way will continue to be maintained for approximately 10 feet, which allows for adequate visibility at the corner. Board of Zoning Appeals minutes will be provided at the meeting. We did not have a quorum, but we got a recommendation.
Yeah,
They passed it.
yeah, the two people were there, and, one was on his way to Hawaii, but before he left, he left word of how he felt about it, so, yeah, the board was recommending
So
granting it,
that was Jack?
yes.
Oh, Jack.
He's going to babysit,
Oh,
all the way to Hawaii to babysit.
You look at a deal with me, too.
not yet, huh?
I'll change the look of that Main Street.
This is
I'll
a
change
really,
the look of it on Main
yeah,
Street a little bit.
it's a difficult project in order to keep within the setbacks because of the retrofitting. But this was the best solution that they could come up with.
And the visibility on the corner is not gonna be impaired?
No, because it's not gonna impinge out to where the sidewalk is right now. So when you pull up to the stop sign, you'll still be able to see far enough down. The real issue at that intersection is people who park closer to
Yes.
the end of the street, they won't be the building.
We need to paint that curb yellow so that they go in further, or farther.
Further to the north,
Right,
like a car length or two maybe?
maybe two, at least maybe a car length and a half.
Visibility.
Should there be
down
like a
40s.
handicap spot, right in front of the church? I mean, typically that's where people get dropped off.
Okay, if we leave
Yeah,
one,
but then they park there.
no, if they are fully, they better not, then the police,
Yeah, actually
Get a
they do park it, yeah.
Well, usually when I drop them off and then I pull further up.
Okay.
You
So-
drop off to get out and then they move
The
down
Spanish
the road.
people, I drop them off because they have babies and I drop them off and then I pull further.
Okay.
Okay.
well,
That's a good point though,
If-
that doesn't
if,
go either.
If you were to paint it further, then put a handicap or a drop-off sign.
yeah, maybe a drop-off sign and then a handicap space.
One of the things that happens
Regular.
is another church has a hour before us and they fill up everything if we don't put our signs out.
Yeah,
So if you have those signs there, then at least we'd be able to drop off. Babies, we'd have to drop them off and pull up, or go around the block and pull apart.
But even if there was a handicapped spot right on the corner, they would only be parked there during services. You wouldn't
Right.
typically have somebody parked there. So you might, during service, you've got a lot of congestion there anyway. So even with people parked on, that are on Park Street, it's gonna cause vehicles to slow way down, which is what you want at that intersection, and then sort of to creep out and make sure it's clear.
Well,
Achieves the same effect.
after the building is built though, then probably it would be better to let off people in the front, on the south side of the entry.
Right,
On
Park
Park?
Street.
Right.
Right. But I have a doubt here about the stair and up and down. I think that upstairs should be down, and then when you come into the entry, that one on the right should be up. Is that a correct?
We think that next to the lift location, that first stairway should be going down from the entryway. So you've got a half stairway going down and a half stairway going up. We'll have to clarify that with the architect.
Well, isn't the stairway going down right next to the wall already? That wouldn't even have to be altered, if I remember correctly. No?
It has to be altered because it's not not code.
Oh,
I see what you're saying here.
see, by having the stairway on the right, just half step or half stair going up into the church and into the, what do you call it, vestibule or whatever?
Yeah, we can raise those questions with the architect.
That's an interior
Yeah.
design thing anyway. But this, for the exterior part of it, on the Mill Street side, they won't be out any further than they already are with the steps.
Okay.
You know,
On the Mill Street side.
on the Mill Street side. And on the Park Street side, there will still be a boulevard. You know, where their sidewalk is now, and then there's boulevard, then there's curb. That boulevard will probably still be there, even coming out on that side.
Yeah, again, I think the major obstacle, if you're at Park turning or crossing 43, your observation is gonna be blocked more by parking along 43 than by the building.
Yeah.
And they did mention too because we discussed with the city engineer about this too, and he said that Mill Street is gonna be, the curbing is actually probably gonna go like, you say like 1 foot or 2 feet, probably more
Further
toward
in?
the highway.
Oh,
So they will have the appearance of more
So it'll be
boulevard
narrow-
space.
It'll actually be narrowed
They'll
there,
narrow-
43 is?
Yeah, and give them a little bit more space.
It's gonna shift to the west.
Okay.
so
Well, to
Walkslands
straighten
would,
it out.
Walkslands would be having some taken away.
Not necessarily, because the road might be narrower there than it is right now.
Because it's gonna be a consistent width
All the
Right.
way.
all the way through now.
We had to start at the north end and kind of re-angle it,